Welcome to solverfy.
Alrighty, so today we're talking about the metathesis of cis-2-pentene. And so when you're doing a metathesis reaction, we're using our grub reagent and we're changing at the double bond. So the way that I like to approach these problems is I like to use color coding. And so I'll write my reactants one on top of the other, and I'll do it so that one side of the double bond is in one color and one side of the double bond is the other color. And so then when I write my second reactant down here below it, I'm going to keep my color coding consistent. And so the first time here, I will go ahead and write my reactants in the same orientation for both products. And so now that I've got them written out in this way, doing our reaction is actually very easy. And so what I'll find is I will find that one of my products will be all of the carbons and hydrogens that I have written in green, and one of them will be the part of the molecule that I have written in blue. And so I'll just sort of skate around like that for the first molecule, and then like this for our second product. And so then I get my first product as this one. And remember to keep the double bond in place. And then for my second product, I'll just do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and so that's my first set of products. But you'll notice I mentioned that I set my second reactant down in the same orientation as my first reactant, since they're the same here. I could also just as easily have set it down in the flipped orientation. And so we'll go ahead and do that now. So I'll use my same color coding system again. And so I'll leave my first reactant in place. That way I don't get confused on which way I'm flipping them. And so this time when I write down my second reactant, I'll keep the same color coding where I'll keep the green on the same side, but I'll write down the molecule in its reverse side, just flip it over. So this time I'll have the longer chain first. Oh, and that should be a CH3. I apologize. Oh, gracious. Okay, and so now when I do my same thing of tracing around on this side and then tracing around on this side, I'm going to get different products than I did before because I have them in a different arrangement. So this time, my green product and then my blue product. Alrighty, and so if I look at these closely, I'll notice that not only are these the same product, but they're actually my starting product as well. And so now we're going to talk about why this isn't typically used in di-substituted alkenes that have different art groups. And so to do that, we're going to come back over here and look and notice that we get two products. And so both of these will also be formed in their cis and trans conformations. And so because of this, we're going to have really poor product specificity when we're using these reactions.